Okay, so this video is from Daco Water in Grand Cayman Islands, and I'm about to show you how to set the regulator on your deep well pump. So I'm going to run through with you now, like the basics of a deep well pump, how it works. So this is your suction, and then this is a discharge that comes out of a certain percentage going back down into the well to feed it through the venturi that's near the foot valve. Now essentially what happens is that the amount or percentage coming back out of this going down depends on how the regulator up here is set, and this has to be set depending on how far down the water is actually located. And so I'm going to show you now how to do that. On this side you can see a pressure switch, so you can see what pressure you're getting, and on the pump like this it'll become set to the switch over here will be set from 20 to cut in at 20 and cut off at 40. Now on this side you can see how we have a brass fitting that goes here to the switch, so it knows when to shut off when it comes to pressure. Now essentially what's going to happen is we're going to be that the regulator on top will have to be screwed down starting off all the way. So you want to screw this down all the way until possibly a little bit beyond hand tight. Now essentially what's going to happen, right, is that the pump is going to attempt to take 100% of this suction and then spit it through here, and it's not going to be able to do that because that's the reason why you need a certain percentage of this to go back down and so on. So what you're going to do step by step is this: you're going to have it set up so that you can prime it easily. So this is a priming plug. This is the best suggestion, is to put a T right here on your discharge, so just go in toward your house now, or to whatever usage it is, right? And then you prime this, which means you take buckets of water and put the water up until here. You kind of monitor it to see for it to so that it stops, it doesn't go down so fast, because you want to flood the whole pump inside. You want to flood both of these lines have to be flooded, as best as possible, completely. So it will take time to flood both of these pipes going back down to the well. Now you should have two unions at the well where these pumps will be then turned into a 90 degree to go down. It's best to open those unions up and to push the vertical part of the pipe up and down, so that you can actually start pumping the water out and then flood that area, and then come back and then prime this. After this is primed the best you can get it, then you screw this down only a little bit. You then plug in the pump, and you should start having air and water coming out. Essentially what you want to do is to, after you can see the air start to not come out so often, then you crank down further. Then you can turn to in this, and now let's say for example this is set so that, like I said before, 100% is coming in here, 100% is coming out of here. Now you do have to have a percentage coming back down, so that's what this is doing now. So what you do is you dial this back, because you might see it where it's trying to get to that 40 but can't get there. It's because it's not getting enough water. So therefore then you do this counterclockwise now, and what this will do is actually then to start to send a certain percentage back down. For example, let's say you're now at this stage, now you're getting 80% coming in here and 20% going down back to feed it, and of course you're getting that 80% going to the house. So this is what this does. So you want to start with it tightened down all the way clockwise, plug it in and see where she's at, where the pressure's at. And you might see it struggling around here that it can't turn off, so therefore then you can start to dial this back. You dial it back right away actually is what you do, and then you wait for it to go ahead and stop, cut off. And once you can cut off at 40, which is what it's set for, then you know that this should be totally fine. And essentially in a nutshell, that's how you do it.